Can you read this word? It's completely okay if you can't yet. If you already know the basic Korean consonants, these 9 vowels will be enough to help you start reading real Korean words like 가게, 바지, and 머리. I'm serious. By the end of this video, you'll be able to read these words by yourself. Okay, these 9 vowels are the stars of today's lesson. Let's learn them one by one, slowly and easily. You learned the basic Korean consonants in the previous lesson, but consonants alone cannot make a complete Korean syllable. A consonant and a vowel must come together to form a real Hangul syllable. First, take a look at all the vowels we are going to learn today. What do you notice? Yes, they all have long vertical line, right? That's why we call them vertical vowels in this lesson. A vertical vowel goes to the right of the consonant. We read from left to right, connecting the consonant sound and the vowel sound. 그, 아, 가. 느, 아, 나. 느, 너. Remember this first rule. A vertical vowel goes to the right of the consonant. Now let's look at our first 2 vowels, a and o. Compare their shapes. They look very similar, but the short stroke points in a different direction. First, this is a. The short stroke points to the right, towards the outside of the syllable block. In English, we can say it points outward. Outward. A. This isn't a perfect English match. It's a just simple memory trick. Now let's also look at how to write it. The stroke order is simple. First, draw the long vertical line from top to bottom, then draw the short stroke from left to right, toward the right. Let's watch it again. Vertical line, short stroke. A. Open your mouth naturally and make a short, clear sound. A. A. Let's combine it with consonants. 가, 나, 다. 가, 나, 다. Now look at o. The short stroke points in the opposite direction, to the left. You can remember the shape by thinking that it is opposite to a. O. O. Now let's look at how to write it. The principle is exactly the same, left to right, top to bottom. But this time, the short stroke is on the left side, so it comes first. Short horizontal stroke from left to right, then the vertical line from top to bottom. See? Same principle, different order. Whatever is on the left gets written first. Actually, there is no English sound that exactly same as the Korean o. Watch my mouth carefully and repeat after me. O. O. Good. Now let's combine it with consonants. 거, 너, 더. Okay, let's compare a and o. A, o. 가, 거. 나, 너, 다, 더. See? If the short stroke points to right, it is a. If the short stroke points left, it is o. You've already learned 2 vowels. Now let's look at ya and yo. First, a has 1 short stroke, right? When we add 1 more short stroke, it becomes ya. That additional short stroke adds a y sound before the vowel. A, ya. Listen again. A, ya. Write ya like this. Vertical line and 2 short strokes. Upper one first and then lower one. Now let's look at o. When we add 1 more short stroke to o, it becomes yo. O, yo. O, yo. Write this way, 2 short stroke first and a vertical line on the right. Okay, let's combine them with consonants. 야, 캬, 냐, 여, 겨, 녀. 1 short stroke gives us a or o. 2 short strokes add a y sound and give us ya or yo. Now you know 4 vowels. Next is the simplest vertical vowel. It is made with just one long vertical line. Writing it couldn't be easier. One stroke, top to bottom. That's it. It makes the sound E. It is similar to the first vowel sound in the English word igloo. It is a short, clear E sound. Listen and repeat. E. E. Good. Now, are you ready to read real Korean words? What you have learned so far is already enough. How do you read this word? 이, 그, 거. 이, 거. 이거. It means this thing. You just read a Korean word. Next is this. 여, 즈, 자. 여자. 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 It means women. Next is this one. 이, 야, and the last one is 그, 이, 기. 이, 야, 기. 이야기. It means story. Can you feel Hangul beginning to make sense? You've learned only 5 vowels and you're already reading real Korean words. Now let's learn vowels that contain 2 long vertical lines. First, 에 and 에. When the shapes of a and e come together, they form this. But we do not read it as a-e. It is one vowel sound, 에. 에. Repeat after me, 에. 에. When writing, go from left to right. First, write a. Vertical line, then the short stroke. Then write e right next to it. Left to right, just like we read. Now let's look at 에, which is formed from the shapes of 어 and 이. 어 and 이. 에. 에. Again, we do not pronounce the 2 sounds separately. It is one vowel sound. 에. 에. Repeat after me. 에. 에. Writing it, the same idea. 어 first, then e beside it. Left to right. Now let's combine them with consonants. 개, 개. 네, 네. 대, 대. You may have noticed that 에 and 에 sound almost the same. That's natural. Historically, they were different sounds. But in modern Korean, most native speakers pronounce them the same or almost the same. So don't try to force a strong pronunciation difference. For now, just remember that different words may use different spellings. 에 and 에. They may sound similar, but their shapes are different. Now we have only 2 vowels left. They follow the same rule we learned earlier. When one more short stroke is added, a y sound is added. 예. When we add one more short stroke to 에, a y sound is added before 에. So it becomes 예. 예. When you write it, write ya first and write e beside it. And for this one, when we add one more short stroke to 에, a y sound is added before 에. So it becomes 예. 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 Write 여 first and then write e beside it. In everyday Korean, 예 and 예 may also sound very similar, almost same. You don't need to distinguish them perfectly. First, focus on recognizing the different shapes and spellings. So, let's combine 예 and 예 with consonants. 예, 예. 개, 개. Now, can you read this word? 예, 그, 이, 기. 얘기. 얘기. It means story or talk. And this is the shortened word of 이야기 looked before. Next is this. 드, 에, 대. 그, 에, 개. 대개. It means snow crab. Now let's read one more. 스, 이, 시. 그, 예, 개. 시, 개. 시계. It means clock or watch. Now you've learned all 9 vowels. Great job! Let's review the full pattern one last time. First, we have the 2 basic directions. A, the short stroke points to the right. the short stroke points to the left. Now let's add one more short stroke. Ya, yo. Next, we have one simple vertical line which is E. And if we add the shape of E, I, E, ya, I, ye. O, I, yo, I, ye. But remember, we do not pronounce each part separately. Is this is ye, ye. Let's read all 9 vowels again. Ya, yo, I, ye, ye. One more time. Ya, yo, I, ye, ye. Now it's time to read the words from beginning of this lesson. Try to read each word out loud before I say the answer. Number 1. 가게, store or shop. Number 2. 머리, head or hair. Number 3. 바지, pants. Number 4. 세계, world. Last, number 5. 미래, future. How many words did you read by yourself? At the beginning of this video, I asked if you could read 가게. And now you're reading real Korean words on your own. You don't need to memorize all 9 vertical vowels at once. Look at the shapes again, listen carefully, and make sure you practice out loud. Using your eyes, ears, and mouth together will help the letters become familiar much faster. You did a great job today. If this lesson helped you, subscribe to the channel and keep learning Korean with me. In the next lesson, we'll learn horizontal vowels. This time, the vowel sits below the first consonant instead of its right. As always, I'll make it simple, clear, and easy to follow. This was YoungSsam. See you in the next video. Bye!